Hello and welcome, this is Mouse Gunner, and we're back with some more of the Total Conversion mod of Stellaris Star Trek New Horizons. In the last video, we formed the Federation, so as a result, we have a number of things to do, a lot of those diplomatic things. Before I do that, though, I realized I made a mistake when I was looking at the Cold Station event. I thought I had to send a science vessel, but it's actually an admiral in a military ship, so we want to send the Enterprise, not a science vessel. So let's go ahead and remedy that. Yeah, okay, that makes sense. Now I have the research project available. I was kind of wondering with the science vessel why it wasn't available, and then I kind of figured it out. So we're gonna send the science ship back where they were, which was going over here. So unfortunately we slowed down our survey, and we also slowed down the progression of this event, but hopefully I have recovered in time to actually do it. Okay, with that being said, let's jump right into the diplomatic process. So, because of the formation of the Federation, the Andorians and the Tellarites are still around, but they're a vassal of us. It is kind of a special relationship between us and them that I don't know fully how it works, but from what the pop-up said is they more or less work like vassals. Also, the Centaurians unfortunately don't like me very much, and that's because of the relative power between us and them. We just gain a lot of power by forming the Federation, getting all the territory that the Stellarites and the Andorians had previously, so that's why that has changed. But because we are a new entity and our former coalition is gone, we can now do some diplomatic things we couldn't do before with other empires. So, for example, the Vulcans, we can do a non-aggression pact, we can invite them to a coalition, and other things. Let's go ahead and do a non-aggression pact to start. I'm not sure if we want to do a coalition just yet. Let's do the non-aggression pact. I will confirm that. And I don't think there's anything else we need to do with them just yet, unless... Okay, I don't know if we still have a research agreement with them. I don't think we do. So, with that in mind, we're probably going to have to wait until the non-aggression pact thing. Okay, well, let's go ahead and take a look at... Let's go with these guys, see if they'll do anything. Looks like they'll do a non-aggression pact, so we'll do that, but it doesn't look like they'll do much else. Maybe we can get a research deal, but for now, this is going to build up trust without costing us really anything, so that's good. And from what I understand of us forming the Federation is every so often we're going to have the ability to incorporate more members, so getting the relationship up may be important. I'm not really sure. We'll have to see, but I'll just treat it as if that is important. Okay, so we've done them. Let's go to the Denobulans. They will do a defensive pact, but for now I'm just going to do non-aggression pacts, because defensive pacts are going to cost me influence. I don't really want to do that just yet. Okay, confirm. Alright, let's move on. So we have the Trill, I think, are the last ones. See what they'll do. Well, it doesn't look like they're going to do much of anything, so they're still being difficult. Will they do a trade deal? No, they will not. I mean, they'll allow us to give them research for no reward, but no, that's not how that's going to work. So, yeah, the Troll are still being difficult, unfortunately. But we'll work on them. Hopefully, eventually, we'll get that around, and hopefully the Centaurians will like us eventually, maybe. Okay, I think that's everything we need to do. The other thing I'd like to do is start getting colonies going. And having looked around, we have one planet over here that the Andorians like. I'll probably send them, because I don't think they like Earth too much. Yeah, they're not that happy. We might have to wait for things to calculate a little bit, seeing as we just formed the Federation. I'm not sure what's going to happen here. Other than that, we just have surveying and construction of stuff to do, so let's just continue here.
So you finally did it. You put your ridiculously inconsequential differences aside and formed a federation with your neighbors. Kudos to you. But don't forget that a federation is for life, not just for the Lolunot. You'll notice your influence income has fallen. You don't have to be omniscient like me to realize this is a consequence of the difficulties inherent in forming a new galactic state. But don't worry, it won't last forever. Now, do I have to hold your hand with anything else here?
Okay, so we have some choices here. Because I don't know how the Federation works, I think it's probably a good idea to go through this. Let's go with the Federation Council, because this sounds important, and I don't really know what it is, so...
Every year, your Federation Council will sit in session. Frankly, I find the whole process to be utterly boring. But to someone of lesser potential, such as yourself, the outcome may end up being very useful. The Council allows you to stick your nose into your neighbors' affairs, either by inviting them into your little club, or praising or condemning their behavior. You can also consult with your science advisors to boost your research or fund your projects from your member worlds.
Okay, that's very interesting. I didn't expect that. So this is the process that we use to get more members. Okay, well, let's see what Ascension is.
So you've grown bored with your current member worlds and want to bring in some fresh blood, so to say. Well, to get the ball rolling on inviting the neighbors into your Federation, you'll need to start negotiations through the Federation Council. Keep in mind that you can only invite governments that are already in a coalition with you. Every other year you'll be able to commit more resources to the integration process, until eventually all that remains is the Ascension signing party.
Oh, so we do have to be in a coalition. So the Vulcans who are willing to do that, we'll obviously invite them as soon as we hear back from them, which we probably already have. The Denobulans we've heard back from. Centauri broke our migration treaty. That's probably because they don't like us very much anymore. And, okay, yeah, the Vulcans, it looks like they accepted as well. And then we have some Casus Belli stuff. Okay, last thing is member worlds.
Your Federation may be a state in its own right, but the homeworlds of your members are governed by their own politicians. Member worlds will organize their own local defense forces and contribute to the federal budget. They may even be able to contribute unique technologies through the Federation Council. Just don't expect to be deciding what school children eat for lunch.
Okay, so I think that explains everything. Good to know. All right, so let's see. Yeah, you accepted. These are just going to be, they're all accepted. Just double checking to make sure we're not missing any. Yeah, okay. Okay, so yeah, they're ending that. We'll get rid of all this stuff. We don't care. Okay, so we want to invite them to a coalition then for sure. I don't want to miss out when the council meets up, which we honestly don't know when that's going to happen. Now, he mentioned something about putting resources into the Ascension, so we may need to keep some around. I mean, I definitely want to form colonies when possible, but for now, we'll go ahead and communicate with the Vulcans, which I believe were willing to form a coalition. Now, this will eat into my influence, which is already being eaten into because we're in a federation, but we've got some to spare. And definitely we want to get the Vulcans part of our Federation as soon as possible. So invite them to that. It will cost us 0.5 influence. Okay, confirm. All right, so I think we're good to go. I think we have a better understanding of what it is we need to do. So let's continue.
A coalition has been formed.
Okay, it looks like we also have just contacted the Orion Free State. And they're authoritarian, xenophobe, militarists, so they are pretty much the exact opposite of us. So it doesn't really matter what we say here. Okay, we're getting this pop-up multiple times. I don't know why we get this pop-up multiple times, but we do. Hey, if it gives me influence every time, I'll take it. Okay. So yeah, they're down here. They probably don't like me very much. Nope, they don't like me very much, and that's just difference between philosophy, although new contact's a big part of that, so it's not like they hate me by a lot. Okay, I don't think there's anything else to do at the moment, outside of just wait for resources to build up so we can build a colony ship, which I believe is going to cost me about 400, a little bit less than that. And yeah, they accepted that's our current thing. I probably will rename that, but for now it's fine. We're gonna have this nice blue color everywhere. All right, I don't think they're probably going to be able to really get anybody else, because I think the Denoblians were willing to do get them as an associate, which would make them like us more. I don't think that costs us any influence. Let's see. Let's click on it and see what it says. Yeah, I mean, that will build up more trust. I don't see a reason why not to do that. The more people we have allied to us, I think the better. So we'll send that to the Nobulans. Okay. And then the other one I want to do is probably the Trill. Let's see if they... No, they don't want to do that. What about the Saurians? Saurian. No, they don't want to do that either. They may want to do a trade deal, though. Let's see if we'll do that. Yeah, sure. We'll do that. I like having trade deals. We're playing a peaceful empire. We haven't voted yet. We're going to vote yes, of course. The Vulcans haven't decided, but maybe we'll break the tie. I don't really know, honestly. All right, let's continue. Okay, trade deal was accepted. We have piracy. Piracy risk is caused by bordering systems that are not controlled by any galactic power. It is reduced by having a contiguous empire and by upgrading star bases. Upgrading star bases. We don't have the minerals. Come on, we've got too many things to do here. Okay, well, good to know. We'll continue. Hey. All right, they are an association with us, so we will eventually get the Nobulans probably in a coalition with us. It'll just take time. All right, let's continue. Okay, that's their response. So and the Orion Free State closed their borders, which is not really too surprising. We have allowed you to move about freely in our territory for too long. Today, we draw the line. Okay. And we already did that. Yep, all right. So we are waiting for our one construction ship to go back and get upgraded. The other one is currently building something. At least I believe so. Okay, so our research agreement is timed out.
Complete.
Okay, we've got this. Let's see what it is. So light construction. By selecting this specialization, we order our scientists to focus their energies to develop materials that are progressively lighter, yet still retain their durability. This will also open up a path of research that deals with making materials harder to detect on sensors. The result are ships that are capable of evading enemy fire with much greater ease. I recommend selecting this option if you want to focus on a fleet of small, fast, and nimble ships to maximize this path's benefits. So if I were role-playing anything, that would probably be more the Romulans or maybe the Klingons, not the Federation. This is probably going to be more the Federation, but let's read it anyway. As the name suggests, by selecting this path, we direct our scientists to develop the most durable and resilient substances possible in nature. Eventually, this also leads to breakthroughs in the development of superior armor plating techniques. I recommend this option if you want to focus on fleets of large, sturdy vessels that can benefit from increased armor values. That is probably what I'll go with. That sounds more like the Federation.
Research complete.
Okay. So, first off, let's talk to the Andorians and get that research agreement back if we can. We'll have to see. Offer trade deal, research. Yep, they will do it. Confirm. Not surprised that they'll do it. Okay, so we got the research. Your new research. Alright, between these, let's see. So we've got a new resource, Trillium D, which gives us armor hit points. Our one faction does like us to have more strategic resources, so there may be a reason to do that. We could do this, which just gives us Empire modifier of plus 10% minerals, which we actually probably really need. Mineral storage capacity, well, we're not reaching that anytime soon, but we could also get a mineral silo and a resource silo. We have operation station, inertia manipulation, which gives us some components. Got advanced warhead technologies. These I think will show up every time, so we could do these at any time. Let's go with, I feel like the minerals, we gotta do that. So we'll go with that. Anything else? We're working on a naval capacity, which we really do need if we're going to build a fleet, which we probably need because of the piracy. But I just don't have minerals. I need minerals badly. Speaking of minerals, we want to build a colony ship. It may not be the best idea right now because of the piracy. I'm going to give it a little bit of time. We'll see. We'll see. Build up a little bit so we have like maybe a reserve so we can do a couple other things. We'll see. I mean, we're going to have some construction going on as well, so. Okay.
Complete.
Oh, okay, we've got the Federation Council already. That's kind of soon. I didn't expect it so soon. Maybe it happens at a particular date every time, regardless of when you formed it. Either that or years gone by and I didn't notice. Okay, legislators from across the United Federation of Planets, from Tellar Prime to Andoria, have converged on Earth for the Federation Council agenda session every 2 years. Prime Minister opens the session, welcoming the gathered council members before passing the floor to Governor Shurlevan of Andoria. Several hours of policy debate ensue, leaving the Prime Minister to ponder her recommendation for the next 2 years. We've got begin ascension talks, which we more than likely want to do. Expand diplomatic outreach, so that's where we either praise or I forget the other term I want to use, but say bad people. If we want to, offer to mediate a dispute. I'm not aware of one. React to a galactic conflict. I am guessing there isn't one because it's grayed out. Establish a neutral zone. Oh, this is interesting. Must border a normal empire with at least 8 owned systems and with an opinion lower than -50, where no existing neutral zone is already in place. Okay, that's cool. So you can establish the equivalent of the Romulan neutral zone with somebody eventually. I don't think anybody qualifies here, definitely, because can't do it. But yeah, I don't think anybody's big enough to do this at the moment. Hey, and then the research thing. Well, let's go Ascension talks. Okay. Prime Ministers, diplomats have worked tirelessly to lay the groundwork for the ascension of new members to the Federation. The following governments have met the high criteria required to be offered the commencement of formal ascension negotiations. Oh, so it's not only the Vulcans, it's also the Centaurians. I'm not sure how much they like us as an important element or not. Well, let's click on the Vulcans because they're powerful. We want to get them in, I think, fairly soon. Okay, so we've got a number of intensities. We'll have to take a look at that. Ascension to the United Federation of Planets is a long and detailed process. While basic principles are often agreed early, the minutiae of the Federation's legal framework, trade regulations, and contributions to the Starfleet often require substantial investments in time and material from the Federation government in order to progress. The Diplomatic Service has compiled a list of options available within their resource constraints to fund the process. We've got low intensity. It's going to change the ascension progress by 13. I don't know what that means, but we'll move on. Medium intensity, so this is going to cost us influence, minerals, and energy credits. It's a good thing I saved minerals, even though I didn't know this was going to happen. So we can change the ascension progress by 13 and then 13 again, so it more or less is double the progress. Or high, which is going to be triple the process. Huh. I really don't know if I can afford the minerals, to be totally honest with you. We can afford the energy credits, but not the minerals. We can afford the influence, but not the minerals. I kind of want to get this going, though. I'm going to go with the medium intensity, even though I'm not sure we can afford it. Okay. We also had construction finish, so let us go there. Okay, so I don't think we want to build anything here because we'll probably colonize it at some point. Who would like that planet? Looks like the Tellarites. Okay. Also, the more empires we get under our fold, the more planets we'll be able to colonize. So that'd be nice. Speaking of which, colonization. Take a look at the surface here. Alright, so they do like it a little bit more now that we've loaded in. Let's see. We could build something to get us more energy credits, but you know what? There, that makes sense. Get more minerals. We need minerals. There we go. What's going on Mars? Okay, we didn't get any extra population here. We have more than enough food production, so I'm actually tempted to just do that. And need the minerals, so I'll build another mine. Unless there's something that I can build that also gets me minerals. I'm going to assume there isn't, because I think we already built it. On scroll. 4-wheel, there we go. Yeah, definitely mining network. More minerals we can get. It's pretty cheap. That's not too bad. And it should build fast because of this. Which may be the reason why I was building cheaply as well. Okay, so we are going to be losing a little bit of food, but that population will pop out fairly soon, and it wouldn't be too much of a problem. Matter of fact, I think this is going to be a good point to go ahead and put a cut in the video. So, Very interesting, the whole thing with the Federation Council. Again, I didn't expect it so soon. I thought it was every year, but that happened like almost right away. So we'll have to pay attention to that. Maybe it happens every, February, I'm guessing? So maybe, or we'll see. But in any case, I hope you guys have enjoyed the video. This is Mouse Gunner, signing out.